Hi, and welcome to day 2 of week 2 of training cycle 2 of 2021. Would have been nice to say 2022, but unfortunately we're not there yet. We will be there sooner than we think though, because as we noticed in 2020, years fly by. And the truth is, the older we get, the faster time flies. And you guys know this as well as I do. The last 5 years, say you're 17 years old now. The last 5 years from 12 to 17, they were absolutely shorter than the years, 7 to 12. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about things. And I'm pretty damn sure that that's the case. Now, there are theories on why that is the case, why we perceive time that way. But basically what I'm saying is time flies by, guys. And that's why you need to train hard all the time. Because otherwise you're going to end up in the situation that I ended up in 2020. You barely make any significant progress because you keep on saying, oh, but I'll do a serious training cycle then, or I'll do it then, or I'll do it then. And you never really reach that perfect time. Like now, for example, this isn't a perfect time to train. I'm often getting really short nights of sleep. I'm often having a bunch of stuff to do in school. When it comes to the diet, I'm having difficulties with my appetite, difficulties eating enough. So I'm not in optimal conditions right now, especially when it comes to the sleep. And I'm still dedicated and I'm still going. And despite the conditions not being optimal, I'm making way better progress than I made last year. So, yeah. The only thing that I really made good progress on last year was the squat. And so far this year, I'm already back pretty much to my strongest squat ever. My best squat is 120. By the way, lifetime bench press. Talking about PRs, talking about progress. That is progress. I have officially gained muscle in my chest and in my shoulders and in my triceps because I've hit a lifetime personal record overhead press and a lifetime personal record bench press, both during 2 days. So I hit the overhead press on Monday, hit the bench press now on Tuesday as I'm recording this. So, yeah, like I said, progress is being made. But the thing is, and the thing that is different from me and other guys is a lot of people are very focused on what they're going to do in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not. I'm focused on doing what I need to do the next couple days and this week basically, and doing that week after week and focusing on the next training session, as well as focusing on what I need to do in this training cycle. But the main brunt of my focus is actually what am I going to do this week and what am I going to do today or tomorrow. That's the kind of stuff I think about. I'm not worried about where's my bench press going to be in 3 weeks. I don't care. I already know where it's going to be because I wrote the program and I have memorized all the lifts for the next 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever it is, 10 weeks probably. 10.5 weeks maybe. Anyway, just because I've memorized the lifts doesn't mean I think of them all that often. I'm very focused on what I need to do now because what I'm already doing is very difficult. Maintaining a steady, trickling flow of progress where you're just, trucking along, it's difficult. And not many people can keep making progress week after week for a significant period of time, such as a couple months. Because, I just did train cycle 1, which was 12 weeks. 12 fucking weeks where I made a bunch of progress. And now it's training cycle 2, which is another 12-week block. So if you count those things together, 4 weeks is a month. So I'm going to be closing in on, 6 months basically. Sooner than I want to realize. Time flies, guys. It really does. And you have to focus on what you're going to do the next day and the next day and the next day. And if you start maintaining and if you start regressing, you're allowed to do that, all right? I'm not going to be that guy who just says, just do it. I'm not going to be that annoying guy. But realize that time flies and it's going to happen quicker than you anticipate. That, 4 or 5 months are going to go by and your bench press has gone down 5 kilos and your squat has gone down 10 kilos. And you're like, what the hell? I've been training this whole time, but I haven't been doing it dedicated. So I just wasted 5 months of training. Know what I mean? Now, I understand if you have difficulties in your life to where basically maintaining your strength would be phenomenal. And trust me, I've had those phases too. But in my opinion, for most people who are serious about strength training and who value it as an important part of their life, I would recommend that you try to make progress all the time, because maintaining is stagnating. And trust me, I'm going to do maintenance phases this year as well. But the difference is, as I'm maintaining one thing, I'm going to be working on another. So I'm never going to be truly maintaining everything. And the issue is, a lot of guys don't even maintain everything. They straight up step down the intensity. So a lot of people actually lose progress once they stop trying to gain progress. And that's even the same with me. So the goal right now is for this training cycle to hit a 140 kilo squat, a 105 kilo bench press, and a 170 kilo deadlift. Now I switched the goal. The deadlift goal was originally 180. Not happening. Not a chance. 170 is the goal now. And those are the numbers I'm focused on. I'm not focused on my numbers for the end of the year. I'm not focused on my numbers, what I'm going to do after the summer break. I'm focused on what am I going to do the next couple days, what am I going to do this week, and what am I going to do this training cycle. All right? We have long-term plans and goals, but it's more important than to focus on the long-term plan and to watch that plan every day, is to actually do the work necessary to get there every day. Compare it to this, right? A lot of people write a massive New Year's resolution and they read it out loud every day, but they don't really do much to achieve that. And oftentimes their practical plan isn't really well thought out. My plan is well thought out. I am sure of what my body's going to do, and outside of sicknesses, injuries, and difficulties in putting on body weight, I'm going to hit my goals for this year. I'm going to. And that's because I know how my body reacts. I know how I react. I have a lot of experience at this point in training. So I think this year I've set great goals, and they are massive, truly difficult goals. But the difference is from now and other times in my life where I've tried to gain massive amounts of strength and failed, is this time I actually have a proper weight gain plan that is sustainable. Because gaining, a kilo or half a kilo a week for several weeks in a row, you can't do that shit, all right? I don't care who you are. It's really difficult. And if you're a skinny-ish guy like me, at least on the leaner side, gaining body weight is a really difficult thing, all right? The fat that you can see that I've gained the last couple of weeks, it's been hard earned, right? I've had to really work hard to gain this fat. And I'm working hard to gain fat because it will help me gain muscle. And a lot of people, for example, my dad, don't really understand or believe that fat gain improves muscle gain dramatically. But for those people, it isn't really about being mean or bashing them. It's just about slowly and surely showing them that it does work. So that's the plan for now, is to bulk, to gain body weight. And I'm not really worried about the fat gain, but the thing is, I'm not gonna hit a massive body weight anyway. So even if I gain pure fat and no muscle, which obviously that isn't gonna happen, even if that does happen though, I'm still not gonna be fat or unhealthy. So yeah, it's gonna be fine. Whatever happens, it's gonna be fine. But just because it's fine doesn't mean it's perfect or optimal. So the plan is to gain body weight. The plan is to gain strength at the same time to make sure I gain muscle. And I'm probably going to gain a little bit more body fat versus what I gained in muscle. But it is going to be worth it in the end. And my body fat percentage will go up, but so will my lifts. And in the end of this year, I really believe that even if my physique is a bit fatter and a bit less shredded and lean than my starting physique, I still firmly believe that my physique will be a lot better than in the start of this year. Muscle makes a big difference. Goodbye.